How's it, everyone? Welcome to another court checklist right here on OpenCourt. So on today's checklist, I wanted to talk about this one particular serve that I think you guys should all practice and eventually master to help improve your game. So there are three main types of serve: the flat, the slice, and the kick. The serve that you guys should master is the kick serve or the topspin serve. Why is that? It's the most difficult serve to master because the toss and your body contortion and everything, the coiling and uncoiling, is very difficult. But the reason why you should master this serve, there are 5 benefits to it, and I'm going to go over it right now. So the first 2 benefits of the kick serve have to do with margin for error. So number 1 benefit of the kick serve is that it gives you easier net clearance. The flat serve and the slice serve, because of the nature of those serves, the ball comes off of your racket at a downward angle, which means that you need to hit it up at the perfect height for it to be able to come down but still be able to clear the net. Whereas with a kick serve, you're swinging from low to high, from behind your head. You're swinging up on the ball, which means that the ball comes off of your racket at an upward angle, which means that it gives you easier net clearance. It's more likely to go over the net. And the second benefit of the kick serve is that since you're hitting up on the ball, as long as you're pronating correctly and accelerating correctly, you're putting topspin rotation on the ball, topspin makes the ball come down. So it'll dip into the box and less likely to fly long. Think of like a basketball shot. If you guys are shooting a basketball, the rim is above your head. If you shoot it straight at the rim like a laser beam, you have very little margin for error because it has to clear the front of the rim but also not overshoot and hit the back of the rim, which is why basketball players shoot with this nice arc so that it'll clear the front of the rim and yet it won't clank off the back of the rim. That's very similar to a kick serve principle. The third benefit of the kick serve is that the ball will stay out of your opponent's strike zone. So the strike zone in tennis is the ideal height and depth at which a player likes to strike the ball, and it's usually somewhere between the rib cage and the hip area. Right around your stomach is the strike zone. That's the sweet spot because you get the most torque and the most rotation to put your weight behind the ball and hit with power. If you hit a kick serve, your opponent is going to have to hit the ball up by their shoulders here above their strike zone, which gives them a little bit less timing. It has to be more perfectly timed if they're going to try to take it off the rise or be able to hit a powerful shot with it. They're going to have to hit out of their strike zone, which means that the return is going to come back weaker. Some players like to tee off on flat serves and slice serves. They attack returns and just kind of block the ball back in front of their body, utilizing the opponent's serve's momentum. That's a lot more difficult with a kick serve because they're going to be hitting the ball outside their strike zone, and it's very difficult to just block and tee off and redirect that kinetic energy back, and so it'll force a weaker return. The fourth benefit of the kick serve is that it can help to open up the court for you. If you're a righty and you're serving on the ad side, you can use the kick serve to serve it out wide. It'll force your opponent to run off the court, which will then leave you all that open space to hit the oncoming shot back into. This will allow you to stay on the gas, create opportunities to pass your opponent or to set up the shot to rush the net, things like that. If you hit a slice serve or a flat serve in some cases, your opponent's not going to be pulled off the court. It'll allow them to recover to the middle quickly, which means that it's very difficult to pass them. It's very difficult to set up the point where you can be the aggressor and you're going to get into these long defensive grinding rallies, which I personally don't like. So the kick serve, if you're a righty on the ad side, or if you're a lefty on the deuce side, learn how to serve that kick serve out wide to pull your opponent off the court so that you have an open court, an open area to hit into and to play aggressive. And finally, the last benefit of the kick serve is that it gives you more time to rush the net. This is something that is very close to my heart because, as you guys know, I'm a serve and volleyer. I utilize the kick serve all the time, and that's because it's a little bit slower in terms of velocity than the flat serve and the slice serve, but that can work to your benefit. If you're hitting the kick serve correctly, it should be kicking up out of your opponent's strike zone, which prevents them from teeing off on it. And because it's slower than the slice or the kick, it'll give you more time and you'll be closer to the net by the time the return comes back, as opposed to if you tried to rush the net on a flat or a slice. I'm not saying you have to become a serve and volleyer to make the kick serve a weapon. The kick serve is a weapon all on its own, but it is one of the benefits to the kick serve, especially if you are playing doubles. Follow your kick serve into the net. By the time you hit that first volley, you'll probably be somewhere close to or maybe even in front of the service line. It'll give you more time to get up to the net and to put the pressure on your opponent. Especially if you kick it out wide, your opponent's pulled outside the court, that's an easy volley in the other direction. Your opponent's gonna have a very difficult time running that down. So thank you for watching today's court checklist about the 5 benefits of the kick serve. These reasons are the reasons why I recommend that you master the kick serve before you master the slice or the flat. If you guys like this content and want to see more like it, be sure to overhead smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on an open court.